Hey guys, I'm FatBuddyCat, and this is the Ultimate Torque Bug 3.0. Today is all about embracing the wedge. That means we're going to do something different with the foot pegs. When you sit on the wedge, it has a natural tendency to lift your rear end, which causes you to want to lean forward slightly. That makes the ergonomics of the stock pegs a little bit awkward. Instead of changing the angle on the seat, we're going to change the angle of how our legs and our feet rest while riding the mini bike. Up here on the bench, I have a stock Doodlebug engine plate with the peg frame still welded to it from the factory. This is the same thing. It's already on this mini bike. It came from the exact same thing, so I know that the width is going to be the same as that one. This one has now become part of the frame, and I'm not going to be able to use it. That means I'm going to cut this one off so that I can. Could take a little bit of effort, but we'll get it. I kind of went all the way with this, but that's alright. You'll be welding it and painting it anyway. Next, to find somewhere to mount this on the frame that's going to help the ergonomics of the old wedge. My guess, somewhere around here. I just looked back at a picture that I have, and I made the observation that the chain comes up and over these triangle sections. It goes from the sprocket up to the jack shaft. If we take the bar and we were to mount it straight across right about there, we'll be out of the way of everything. That everything being the chain, sort of important. I just roughly marked out a couple boxes where the frame rails are going to be. I'm going to go ahead and notch those out. Here's where I'm at. I just used a mini disc on my Dremel and cut out the boxes. Then I took a 4.5 inch angle grinder with a grinding wheel to make that little radius action. That's so that this sits down on the tube some. We're going to be mounting them the same as the front. That way our pegs go towards the rear. So if this thing goes down sideways, they go like that and not forward. That means we have to pay attention to this clip. Alright, so I'll take my notches and I'll set it down on my tubes, and now it sits nice and flat. I'm touching on the bottom on my triangles and both sides of the frame. Looking over to that other side, I can see that I have to take just a skosh out of that back side to bring it down flat, but I'm going to get that there and commit to welding this thing up. I just set one side first with a tack, and then got my measurement. I'm 2 7/8 from the front of the tube to the back of my engine plate. I then came over, got the same measurement over here. It's not hot. And then I made a line. That way I can just pull this to the line and then weld it. I'm working with stick, so it's not the easiest thing sometimes, but there's little tricks. I also used a hammer to tap this corner opposite of the weld to pitch it forward. That way everything's sat nice and straight. The pegs have sort of a natural pitch thing going to them anyway, so we're not going to fight it like they did in the factory. I'm roughly welded up. I'm going to be removing the back wheel and, well, every other part for that matter, because I am going to have to paint this at some point. When I do that, I'm going to flip the frame over and make sure to get any little gaps that I may have left. It's not a super huge deal. This is not going anywhere, but I know I can do better. It just helps. You don't have all this stuff in your way. Now that we know they're not going anywhere, we might as well move those pegs back and see how it feels. On second thought, I think I'm going to mount these opposite so that they do spring forward. I'll show you why in a minute. Oh yeah, that was definitely the way to go. Not only do they angle back like some jet wings or something so that they look a lot better, but now when you sit on it and you put your foot down from this new seating position, you're not pushing the peg back every time you take off. When you roll it, it might go this way, it might go that way. If it goes that way, we'll bend it back this way. These are steel. I can weld nubs on them, bend them, pretty much do whatever I want to do with them, as long as I don't lose them. I also have the set that came with this bar as well. You guys should be able to see everything from down there. These pegs greatly improve the wedge. When you sit on this seat now and you take off, your feet go up and your body is going to naturally go slightly forward. It's kind of hard to get both legs up on this little kickstand. I don't know if I trust it. something like that though. Let me try that again. Alright, we're in it. Know what I'm saying? That's not too bad. Even for a big guy like me. Since this is going to work out for now, I'm going to go ahead and remove the stubs off of the front. Those came off like nothing. This is finally starting to look like a whole new mini bike. We're going to be painting this thing soon. That means I'm going to have to take it all apart again. But that's all right. Because as always, it's a work in progress. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.